confirmation. So just shoot me a message with your email and let me know that you would like to be on that list, and I will be thrilled to put you on there. And also, let's see here. I think that is it. So I would like to ask a special prayer for my family, especially my cousin and my aunt. My uncle has passed away, and he will be missed. He is a great man. One of the biggest things that I remember the most about him, and will always remember, is that if he really loved you and liked you, you could be sure that you were picked on. So if he picked on you, that meant that he loved you and liked you. But he will be missed, but please keep them in your prayers because this is a hard time for them. And let's see. I don't think I have anything else. So let's go on to all the fun, good stuff that I know you guys are on here for. And this is a card that I did. Actually, I kind of just threw it together, but it's really simple, very, very cute. But I wanted to show you guys how to step it up a notch or two, or three, or four. But by just using the same thing. So we're going to be using one of the new items that's in the new holiday catalog. This is the Apple Builder Punch, but it also will make a pumpkin. This is the stamp set. You can purchase this in a bundle and save 10%, or you can purchase them each separately. But it makes apples and pumpkins. So this is a really, really super cute set. And I did throw in an older punch that we have that you can find in the annual catalog, which is the cat punch. And I thought, you know what, for fall, this would be super, super cute to do. And so that's what I've done. We have a cat that is in the most popular buffalo check. And I'll show you how I did that too. It's very, very simple to do. And I'm going to show you how. And I do have a card of the card that we're going to do, but I think I'm going to just hold on to it. I'm not going to give the surprise away. We'll just build it together and then you'll see. It's really, really easy to do. But this is the buffalo check, and this actually is not designer series paper. It is something that I made using a background stamp, which is the buffalo check background stamp. And I just have it on my Stamparatus. You don't have to put it on your Stamparatus. I just did because sometimes I don't lay things straight. And if you can see, you know, the ongoing joke with me, I do not see straight, therefore nothing is straight. So it's crooked because I have a hard time of just laying it on there straight. So I put it on my Stamparatus, and then that way I know that everything is lined up and it's going to stamp perfectly straight for me. Also, if I don't get a clear image when I lay it on here, you have to kind of rub it, see how messy it is. And if I don't put a sheet of paper over that, you're going to smear your ink. But I was lazy and didn't throw a piece of paper over it. But you just rub it on there and then you pull it up. But on here, you can just put it down like that and just push it down and rub it. Sometimes you have to really push it hard, especially up where the hinges are. And then you lift it up. And then if it doesn't give you as clear of an image as you would like, if it's got like blank spots, you can just put it right down. Just make sure that everything is pushed up into the corners. And then you can just pull this back down and it will stamp exactly in the same position. So this is a great tool to have for anything. I use it a lot for my sentiments because I do have a hard time stamping things straight. It is cool. I really, really do love this. Thank you, Chris. So, what was I saying here? Oh, okay. So I've got a piece here, and I'm not going to use the Stamparatus to pull that down onto. I'm just going to do it like this. I'll show you. You can get this in I think you can still get it in a wood mount. Or you can just get it as a cling mount and put it on a large clear block and use it that way, or you can use it in your Stamparatus, which is what I do most of the time. Sometimes I have it wood mount, but I didn't mount it to my wood, so it's a little extra sticky than it needs to be, so I have to be careful when I'm lifting it up. But so you just lay that down, and then you can take, so that you don't get black ink all over your fingers, you just lay this down and just do like that. And then you just carefully lift that up, and then it gives you the buffalo check. So see, if I was using my Stamparatus where it kind of missed a spot there, maybe I might have wanted not to have the worn look. Maybe I'd want it to be darker. Then I could use my Stamparatus instead and put it in the corner, and I know it's always going to be in perfect lined up when I put this down. So every time I stamp that, it's going to be perfect. Does that make sense? I hope that it does for you guys. Okay, so I'm going to move this out of the way because we do not need that anymore. Keep this here. I have some Cajun Craze that I decided to use for my pumpkin instead of, oh shoot, I forgot the name of the other orange. Pumpkin pie. Instead of that, I wanted to use the Cajun Craze. And then we have our buffalo check here that we created using the buffalo check background. I have a piece of basic black cardstock here, and I grabbed one that I did not score, but that's all right. We'll just go ahead and do this. Oh, I got some ink on there too. It is cut, instead of cutting it at 5 1/2, I cut it the long way at 4 1/4, and then you score it at 5 1/2, and then it gives you this different style here that opens like this instead of like that. And you just cut it at 4 1/4 and score it at 5 1/2. So here, let me show you real quick. Let me get so let's pretend that this is a piece of cardstock because it's the same size as a piece of cardstock. Normally I would slide it into my trimmer and I would cut it at 5 1/2, and then I'd score it at 4 1/4. Unless I was making 2 cardstocks, then I would score it at 4 1/4 and then cut it at 5 1/2, and then I would have 2 card bases that were already scored. But this one, you cut it at this way in your trimmer. You cut it at 4 1/4 and then score it at 5 1/2. So it's just reversed is all it is to get this kind. So I've got that. Then I've got my layer that's Cajun Craze, and this is, I didn't write it down, but it's an 1/8. I think it's 3 7/8 by 4 1/8. And then I have my Whisper White that is 5 by 3 3/4, I believe. So it just gives me an 1/8 of an inch, if I did my math right, an 1/8 of an inch all the way around. I didn't want the really wide border. I just wanted a little something peeking around. So I have that. Then we have our piece here to cut our kitty kitty out. We have a piece of black, basic black, to cut the stem out, and our Cajun Craze for our pumpkin. Then I grabbed the wrong one, but we'll use this one. A piece of crumb cake that I used the large circled from the stitched shapes. And I cut that out, and I have something on it. And I stamped on that side, but anyway, I don't think I have another one, and I could run it through again, but I think we'll just go with that. That will be okay. All right. So let me move this aside. Let's go ahead and punch our kitty out. So we're just going to take this right there and just punch out our cat. So we have a piece. We have our cat, and we're done with that piece. So now I'm going to punch out my stem out of the basic black. So there is my stem. This punch is so cute. Patricia, you should have gotten a little gift in there. It's a little gift tag, and this is what I used to make that with, was this. So I hope that you did like that. I thought they were so cute. They were a lot of fun to make. Okay, so I have my pumpkin from our stamp set, Harvest Hello. So I have this image right here. I'm also going to use the pumpkin leaf and the little curly thing that comes out of pumpkins. And then we're going to use the sentiment, hey there pumpkin. So I already have that mounted on my clear block. I'm just going to ink it up with some Memento black ink. And I'm going to stamp it right down right here. And then I'm going to punch it out. Now, if you didn't want to waste paper, because see, it cuts out the stem and the leaf at the same time. If you didn't want to, you could just cut you strips of cardstock that is just wide enough to cut your pumpkin or your apple out. But I'm really okay with that for right now, so I'm not worried about it. So now I have my pumpkin stem right there. I cut the wrong one out. I'm talking and not paying attention to what I'm doing. Oh, good. I'm so glad that you like that. I know that you guys do that too. Please tell me that you do, that you get busy talking about something and you get so excited that you forget what you're doing or you do it wrong. Okay, so there's our right pumpkin. There is our stem. All right, so I need my circle here. And I am just going to eyeball kind of where I want my pumpkin and my kitty to go. So I want it to go right there and right there. So I know that I have to stamp my stem right about here. So we have our stem and our little curly thing here. I don't know what you call it except for a curly thing. Do you guys know what the real name is for that? It's a curly, right? Oh, good. I'm so glad I'm not alone. Okay, so now I have some brand new ink that's come out in the holiday catalog as well. And I cannot pronounce this name. It's Delicata. I don't know. Delicata. And this is the Celestial Copper. And it is super pretty. I absolutely love this. This is going to be fantastic with the baubles from Gleaming something. Christmas Gleaming Christmas. I absolutely love that set as well. Okay, so I am not sure how this is supposed to go. So we're going to do a little guesswork here. And I want it to come right about there. So then I've stamped that, and now I want to stamp my pumpkin leaf. And I'm kind of leaving room for me to put my stem on there. So now I've got a shadow. I think it's going to go right about there. So there it is. So let me see if you guys can see this or not. Can you see that? I hope that you can. Isn't that just beautiful? Okay, so I've got that and that stamped. Now I'm going to put my pumpkin right about there. And we're going to glue oh wow, you guys got an awful headshot there. I'm so sorry. Now you get to see why I didn't do why I didn't come on first with my face, because my eyes are swollen and my hair is a mess. Okay, so nothing about keeping it real, right? Okay, so that is going to go right there, and I'm just going to glue that down flat right there, just like that. And then we're going to bring in our kitty, and I am going to pop our kitty up with some Stampin' Dimensionals. So I'm going to put one there and one there. All right. Okay. So I want to kind of hide that mark a little bit. So I'm going to put them, well, it's really not going to go very well down that far, but let me see if I can put it right there. Okay, so right there. I really wanted it to come over more, but that is going to be just fine. So wait, we still need that, because now what we're going to do, so we've stepped this up a notch. We did a circle using the stitched shaped framelits. We stamped using some gold, not gold, but copper metallic ink. And now we are going to step up our Whisper White card layer here. So I am going to take, this is the easiest way to do this, so I'm going to take my leaf and my little curly here, kind of guess about where I want it to go, and I'm going to ink it up, and then I'm just going to randomly stamp them on here. There is a lot of shadowing going on. Okay, just kind of all over the place. It'd be easier if I moved my cardstock, but sometimes I don't think about that. Okay. So there we go. So now we've added a little bit of background to our layer using the copper metallic. So can you see the sheen and the shine and shimmer on that? I really hope that you can. All right, because it's really pretty. I can't wait to see the silver and the gold. Okay, so now, and this does just take just a little bit longer to dry than your regular ink, but it dries pretty quickly. And so you just have to be careful with it when it's first on there. So I'm going to bring this, our card base and our Cajun Craze layer, and I am going to just line this up right up here best that I can. Just like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing with our Whisper White layer. And I am going to line that up the best that I can. I saw something today that was really, really cute and really, really so true. And it was that there are no mistakes, just happy incidences. I really think that that is super, super cute. And I had a happy incident right now because what I wanted to do was, in the holiday catalog is some brand new ribbon, and this is one of them. You can get this one in a combo pack, and it is in the Gather Together, Come Together. It's a beautiful fall suite, and I cannot remember what it's called. I was calling it something else that was completely wrong. Gather Together, or Come Together Suite. It's in the Come Together Suite, and that is the Come Together Ribbon Combo Pack. So you get both of these in a pack, and this is Cajun Craze linen thread. Sorry, my mind took a blank. And then this is Crumb Cake woven thread. Did I say woven? No, woven thread. And it has a little bit of a satiny feel on the end of it, on the sides, and it's on both sides. So it's really, really pretty. It's very soft. It's easy to work with, so you can tie bows very easily with it. It's really beautiful ribbon. So we're going to use that tonight along with some of this, which is the Cajun Craze linen thread, which I love linen thread. It's so much fun. You can really add a little something something to your cards very easily, and it's very inexpensive usually. And it's pretty easy to tie. You just got to kind of fiddle with it. To keep it from twisting and rolling your bows, you want to kind of like guide it. You want to hold it at the center and kind of guide your ends of it. So you just kind of hold it to kind of guide it when it pulls through, because if you don't, it can curl on you, and it's a little hard to straighten out sometimes, but Here we go. So I made a little mini bow, and let me show you where we're going to put that too. So here we go. Might be a little long still. Move that aside. Okay, so and it is, it's still a little too long. Trim that off just a little, some more. And I'm going to take a mini glue dot, or a glue dot. I'm going to roll it because it's a little large and I don't want it to stick out our ribbon and be sticky on our card and stick to the envelope or something like that. So I'm just going to tack that down right there. So now our kitty has a bow that coordinates with our pumpkin. Okay, so let's get back on track here. So I've got a piece of ribbon here that is, I have no idea how long it is. It's probably, I don't know, it's probably about 5.5 inches long, maybe 6, but I think it's more like 5.5. So you just want to cut it long enough to go and wrap around whatever you want it to go. So it's going to go over our Whisper White layer, and our Whisper White layer is 3 3/4 of an inch. So it's really too long. It doesn't need to be quite that long, but it's going to be fine. So I'm going to put it right about here, and I'm going to wrap that right around. And wrap this side right around. So now we have some fancy little ribbon on our layer, and we've done some background stamping, and we've put our pumpkin and our kitty on a stitched circle shaped, the circle, the largest circle, and then we are going to pop that up using some dimensionals, and I'm going to put it on each side of our ribbon. Pull this up, and we are going to place that right about there. So there we go. So we've taken this, which is very, very sweet and cute, and we've stepped it up a couple of notches. As you can see, it wasn't hard at all. Just a couple of extra things that you can use, and you made it very, very fancy. So I hope you guys like that. So that was a lot of fun. Although I did forget to put the sentiment on it, and you can stamp your sentiment right here, or you can even step it up even more, and you can stamp it on a separate piece of paper, on a cardstock. You could do it on colored cardstock and heat emboss. You can do it on a piece of Whisper White, which I thought I had an extra right here. Piece of Whisper White, and I wonder how well it will show up. Did I even bring this in? I might not have brought the sentiment over here. It might still be sitting at my other desk. Ah, shoot. Okay, let me look real quick. Well, I don't see it, so I thought I brought it over, but I don't see it. Oh, here it is, right here. It was under my spool of ribbon. Okay, so I am going to block that up, and I'm going to try to ink this up in this copper and stamp it right there. And then you can, I'm going to trim this up just a tiny bit here. It's a little crooked. It'll be all right. Because like I always tell you guys, handmade is special, and it's not going to be perfect. So you can take it off to the side. You can even layer this on a piece of Cajun Craze or whatever cardstock color that you use. You could layer it under the basic black and then pop it up like right there. You can take it off the side of this like that, or you could, okay you guys, hold your breath on this one because I may not stamp this straight, but I'm gonna try. Maybe I better not try. I'm going for it. Ha! Not too bad. Okay, so you can do it like that. You could have stamped, I could have stamped that in Memento black ink and it would have stood out more. That kind of blends in a little bit, but you can always use a different ink color, or you could use a thing and just pop it up, and then it will be just cute. Any way that you do it, it will be perfect. And the recipient of your card will absolutely love it, I promise, because I love any card that I get. So I know that somebody else will too. So you can pop that up, which we are going to do. I'm going to show you. Pop that up. So just like that. See? Isn't that cute as can be? I hope that you guys like that. So let me give you a sneak peek of Friday's lunchtime at noon stamping. This is what I'm going to do for you guys. I'm going to show you how I made this. Isn't this cute? And we did use the apple punch with this. And it is so adorable, and it holds 2 pieces of candy. It will hold the mini what do you call them? Ghirardellis. You can hold 2 of the mini ones. Thank you, thank you. Thank you guys. But I actually put these Werther's Originals. They're caramel with chocolate in the center, and they're chewy and they're delicious. I just put 2 of those right in there. Fits them perfectly. And these were actually little gifts for my class. That was this past Thursdays. From time to time, I do have a little special treat for you, and I don't always, but I usually do it when it's something special, or when a new catalog is coming out, or something like that. I usually try to do something extra special for you guys. If you missed Friday or Thursday's class and you'd like to come to a class, I really would encourage you to come. There are lots and lots of fun. And the next one is September 26th at 6:30. I am thinking about doing an evening class and a morning class. I haven't completely made up my mind, but I'd really like to get feedback from you guys, because I'm thinking Thursday nights at 6:30 and possibly Friday mornings about 10:30 or so. So I'd really love to hear y'all's feedback on that, so I would know if that would be a good thing for me to do, because I know that sometimes evenings are hard to make. So there's a bug. Huh. So anyway, isn't that cute? And this was made from the, what are they called? The stitched labeled framelits. Oh, I think that's, there's a little ant or something crawling around on my desk. Anyway, so that was made out of, I just used that to cut that out. But isn't this cute, you guys? So I'm going to show you how I made that Friday lunchtime at noon stamping right here on Sponge and Stamp. I was doing it on my Let's Be Creative page, but I started doing it here. It's just easier for right now. So I am going to start moving things more over to that page. So if you haven't joined that group, I really do encourage you to join it. It's called Let's Be Creative Together. I'm just allowed to do more stuff on there with Facebook. You know, they're kind of picky about their stuff. Oh, speaking of which, I need to do the drawing for the cards from last week. Or not last week, but the week before. I told you guys that I was going to do a drawing for that. Let me do that real quick. I'm going to have to go on here and take a quick look and see who we got on here. I got to find what I did with the cards too. I tell you, this week, the last couple weeks have been crazy for me. Let me see where those cards are. I think I put them right here. I did. Okay, so hopefully you guys remember these cards that we did not last Tuesday, but the Tuesday before. So I wanted to send these out. I'm going to start doing that. doing drawings for the cards that I make or the projects that I make on the Facebook Lives. And I don't have a machine, or not a machine, but a program that just randomly draws names for me, so I kind of have to do a drawing, or I just like scroll up and down and then stop and see where it stops. That's kind of how I do it for right now. I know that sounds crazy, but that's the only way I can do it, so I'm gonna do that. So the best way is to I have to be careful what I say because I don't want to go into Facebook jail. But if you comment that you spread the love, if you know what I mean, without having to say the word, spread the love, and you comment and let me know you did. Or you just comment, say hello, or you love the project, you don't like the project, or anything at all, and you like my post, I will send you the projects for that night. So let me see here. I'm just going to scroll up and down, and wherever it stops, it's going to stop, and it stopped at Melinda. Melinda Tracy, you are going to receive these 2 cards in the mail this week. I will get them out no later than Saturday. I would say I would have them in the mail by tomorrow, but we are down to 1 vehicle. So I am kind of limited in when I can go to the post office, and that is another reason why the holiday catalogs didn't get out as early as I'd hoped that they would, because I kind of had to deal with 1 vehicle. So congratulations to Melinda. Let me try to get back to my Facebook here so I can see you guys on here. I think this is right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So here we are. So congratulations, Linda. I hope you guys really, really like these cards. And next week we will do a drawing, and you will receive both of these cards to the lucky person. Make sure you spread the love, which is share. You share my video. And you make sure you comment and like or love my video, my Facebook Live. Okay, that's how you get entered. All right, you guys, I love you guys so much. Thanks so much for joining me and taking time out on your Tuesday night evening to join me in some stamping fun. I look forward to Friday with you guys again. Remember to watch out for your newsletters. They should be coming out this week. And if you're not receiving them, please make sure I have your email address. Okay, you guys, have a fantastic night. Bye.